Hello and welcome to the first in a series of videos about using Additio for classrooms in Alberta. It is critical that we know how to do this because Additio offers a few options that are very convenient, but Alberta has very restrictive privacy laws and Additio servers are currently in Spain. They have said that they are open to doing servers in Canada or Alberta, but we're not there yet. When you first log in through the web, you see your daily schedule. I only have one class that's still active. And in this upper left, we've got this 3x3 grid of squares. This is where we start. We're going to do evaluation in groups. This is where we create our classes, or groups as they are called. So in the plus, we can just create a new folder, which I recommend to keep things organized. You can see I have a group by graduating class, and in this case, school. We do not import because then data is stored outside of Alberta. There are rules for what we can store in Alberta, what we can store in Canada. Sorry about the interruption. But Alberta privacy laws have one set of rules for what we can store in province, another set for what's stored out of province but in Canada, and a third very restrictive set of rules for what we can store outside Canada. So because of that, we have to go create group. Here we have our basic settings. So I've been doing this for high schools, but it could also be, say, Math 5I. The start and end dates here by default are for the classrooms. And we can set up a daily schedule. We don't have that right now, so for now I'll just fill in just each day of the week. You'll notice when we're setting up the schedule, it can do a repetition every week or every other week. It's got a lot of flexibility there. And you can specify which room it's in if need be. I'm just going to set these up so that they are all different days of the week. Because Additio does offer lesson planning. If we go to other options, we could specify the room if it's the same room every time. We could say whether it's highlighted, whether we're going to show student images. We might as well turn that off with the current privacy laws. Subgroups can be set up mostly for school scale. So if we did all of grade 10, that would be one group. We could have a subgroup for Math 10C, a subgroup for Math 10-3. You can even use this to have a class 5I and then subgroups for math, reading, LA, or social studies, science. The key skills and evaluation criteria are really good to have. That ties things directly to the program of studies. It asks us to treat empty cells as 0. We can do that. I typically leave that off and just enter zeros if we need to, so that the any calculations of what their mark is in the middle of the term are accurate. And you can put it in a folder or add a new folder to put it in. I'll do none for now. And then it takes us to the first step in creating it. So we want to associate the key skills. So it brings us to the key skills that we've picked out. If this is math, we can pre-select all of these skills, our communication, connections, mental mathematics, and estimation. 7 skills that the province has, at least for math. Now our key skills are here. When we tag the assignments through the course of the lessons, they'll show up. When we first come into here, we're going to have this default tab that goes through the steps. We also have the evaluation criteria. I don't have the grade 5 program of studies set up, but I do have, say, Math 10C. You can click on that, select all, and now as marks come in, I can assign these skills to those marks. And this will keep track of how the class as a whole and as individuals are doing in their program of studies. So importing your students is not something that we want to do with the privacy laws. Instead, we want to either add students manually or we can import them from Excel. What we use is a full first name and a last initial only. This is everything that we can legally enter in the province. So here is our student. We can also create reports, use the schedule and other options, create activities. I'll break this down into a series of videos. So that is our initial setup for this. And then I'll do another video on setting up a tab for marks and another video for setting up reports.